Hello everybody. It is so lovely to be back again and with you all again. And for those of you who have hung on for me, thank you so much, because I really do value every subscriber I have on my YouTube channel and any follower on any social platform. I really value it and hope every day that I make some kind of difference. The reason I haven't been on for so long is because I've actually been through the most horrendous journey. But like everything in my life, it's always a learning, and those learnings to me are more valuable than any diploma, any degree, any training course I could ever go on, because it gives you that heart wisdom. It enables you to listen to people from the heart and to really be in their shoes. And they get that without you mentioning one word of your own story. And the reason I want to bring this to light is because even through my professional capacity, more and more young people are coming to me with this situation that I'm about to discuss with you. And it really does seem to be becoming the latest trendy crime, and it is a crime. What I've endured for the last couple of months has been cyberbullying, cyber fraud, harassment, stalking, trolling. And I know that lots of other people go through the same. And I'm not going to go into my personal details because they're irrelevant really, in as far as, you know, I'm not that sort of nature where I would name and shame or inflame or ignite. What I want to do is use my experience to help all of you, because currently there's no specific law in the UK to protect you against cyberbullying. So I've had to be my own Miss Marple. And it's like anything, isn't it? You know, you always have to think, I'm not a victim. I can get through this. This is happening for a reason. Even when you're in the darkest place and you feel so isolated and so frightened, and the impact of any sort of bullying, but particularly cyberbullying, which has an extra layer of cowardice to it somehow, the impact on your mental health, it's proven statistically, it can actually last way longer after the actual bullying ends, if it does. And there are things you can do about this if it's happening to you. I mean, I've had some young people who have been to see me recently, and I mean, the levels of bullying are just things I couldn't sit and dream it up. It's horrific. Things from filming someone eating feces to, you know, being beaten up, to being made to smell someone's foot, and then that's circulated all around social media. You can do something about this. And the first thing I would advise to you is, yes, get the police involved. Facebook, and I don't care if I get into trouble for this, Facebook can do very little really about it. You can report things, but they're so inundated because this has become the latest trendy crime, as I say. They can't possibly deal with the sheer volume of people writing to them every day. And I know this because I've been to appeal boards and oversight boards, and luckily I have got somewhere. However, lots of people feel that there's nothing they can do. Well, there is. And particularly with cyber fraud, the really good thing is with that is that you have your evidence. And even if your cyber bully removes that evidence, everything leaves a digital footprint and everything can be retrieved. Even if the perpetrator deletes it, everything. So screenshot things if it's happening to you. That's really important. Screenshot things and make a timeline of evidence for the police. And the reason this is so important is because I'm going to share with you ways around the fact that cyberbullying isn't an actual crime. However, trolling is. now recognised as a crime. And there are various other laws to protect you. So trolling can now carry up to 5 years imprisonment. And all you need are 2 examples of trolling to give to the police. So screenshot everything, keep a diary, keep a timeline, keep it on your notes, because this is all really, really valuable and it can't be deleted. But I took screenshots throughout just as a backup, but I now know everything can be retrieved, which is really, really, really good news. I'm being very serious today, which isn't like me, but it's serious stuff I want to share with you. And what I've been through has been really, really scary and frightening, saddening, and incredibly disempowering and isolating. I felt like I was being erased bit by bit, because I also had my public Facebook group hacked and horrific things written on that, on a site for very, very vulnerable young people and their families. And I couldn't reach them. I could no longer do my posts. I was deleted from my own life and my own work. And so it is serious. But I don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about you and the things I've learned that can protect you, stop you from feeling that terror and isolation and fear, and to not be a victim. We always have a choice, and being a victim has never been one of mine. So here's what you can do, and I'm actually sharing this article on Anna Kennedy Online, the international autism charity where I'm the Wellbeing Ambassador. And on that post later today, I'm going to be giving examples of trolling, cyber fraud, which happened to me, cyber bullying, harassment, stalking, so that you can do your own checklist to know that you're not going mad. There are things you can do, and there are laws, actual laws that the police have to follow through to protect you. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I've written this down from my own notes as I was going through my journey, because I want to get this right for you. And also I can't read without glasses on, because you hit that age, don't you, and you kind of need goggles. So here go the goggles. Ready? So first of all, cyberbullying is when somebody is committing a criminal offence under a number of different acts. So the first one is, and this is a law, Protection from Harassment Act 1997. It is a criminal offence for a person to pursue an act of conduct which amounts to the harassment of another with the intention of causing harm. And all you need are 2 different screenshot, although it can be retrieved, physical examples of evidence of this, which if it's cyber fraud, you've got it. You've got that. And if you've been blocked from your own profile or your own public group, you have friends, get them to check and keep you up to date, because all you need are 2 examples of this, and the police have a duty to get involved. And I know they're very busy, and I know that their funding is shocking, but if this is seriously having a detrimental effect on your health, or it's written in such a way to defame or degrade you, or to incite certain feelings against you based on what the perpetrator knows are untruths, it's actually punishable on a custodial level and does carry a very big fine, or both. So you can protect yourself. And Section 4 of this Act provides greater punishment to those causing another person to fear on at least 2 occasions. So this is taken very seriously by the law. There's also the Malicious Communications Act of 1988, and I shall be posting links to these on my article for Anna Kennedy later today, so you can check these facts out for yourself and send these links to the police if they say, oh, it's a difficult one, you know, we don't know how far we can go with this, just let them know that you've done your research and actually, yes, legally you pay your council tax, and yeah, there are things they can do about this. So it is an offence. So this is the Malicious Communications Act of 1988. It is an offence for any person to send or post a communication that is indecent or offensive for the purpose of causing distress or anxiety to another person. The Act also includes threats and information which is false and known to be false by the sender or poster of this communication. This carries a prison sentence of up to 6 months and or a fine of up to £5,000. So cyberbullying, what does that involve? It's the use of mobile phones, messaging, emails, chat rooms or social networking sites such as Facebook or Twitter to harass, threaten or intimidate somebody. Posting mean, offensive, threatening, malicious, abusive comments or photos, or creating online fake profiles, which has also happened to me and which I also have screenshot evidence of, comes under cyberbullying. And it's bullying through the use of technology or any electronic communication. As I said, the effects of cyberbullying can have massive, long-lasting effects on your mental health long after it's finished. But it also, under that mental health, it includes increased stress, anxiety or depression. So this is really, really important. And cyberbullying also, and with the fake profiles, the posting of malicious, untrue content to demean people or to cause incitement, to cause reactions amongst people, anything to embarrass or belittle another person also comes under stalking and harassment, which are illegal. And there are laws in place in the UK for this. So don't let anybody tell you that there's nothing you can do about cyberbullying, because as you can hear from what I'm reading to you now, there absolutely are. So harassment, stalking, setting up fake profiles, cyber fraud, all of these things count. Anything to demean, threaten, cause you fear, impact your mental health, particularly if those things are untrue or malicious or cause to degrade you or harm you in any way, this is all illegal. So it's absolutely inside the law. So take those screenshots, involve the police, keep a diary, keep a timeline and take screenshots, because all you need are 2 examples of each of those things. And you are protected by the law. Evidence is much easier to secure on cyberbullying, as I've explained, and it's more evidence to help the police investigate and ideally secure convictions. Now, I am reading this to you, which I've taken verbatim from legal websites, which I had to do while I was going through my own journey, just absolutely not knowing which way to turn. And my entire life became fear-based. And also the young kids I've been working with have felt humiliated by what has happened to them, particularly when they're neurodiverse. You know, when you're autistic, when you're neurodivergent, any form of bullying is so hard, as it is for a neurotypical person. But it's so much more difficult when you're neurodivergent and you take things at face value and you don't have those boundaries to be clear always on who you let deep into your life, which can later be used as ammunition against you. So I'm speaking to you today from so many levels, and not just from the head, but from the heart. I can't discuss too much of individual bullying cases that I'm dealing with personally with my young people at the moment, but it is rife, and I am now sharing this information with them to empower and guide parents and to keep these kids safe. So there are things you can do. Bullies can obviously hide their identity far more easily on the internet, and that is at that point when they become known as keyboard warriors or trolls. And this has been done and is being done to kids I'm working with currently. It's rife. It really is rife. I can honestly say it's the thing that is coming to me the most, and it's the thing that's impacting mental health so much at the moment, which is the only reason I'm sharing a little bit of my personal journey with you today as well, because I can talk about that, whereas for personal clients it's trickier, obviously, against my code of ethics and so on. But cyber fraud, setting up fake profiles, posting anonymously as well, which also happened to me and is happening to some of the kids I'm working with at the moment. It's a coward's paradise. So they can name, shame, degrade, frighten, isolate you on all sorts of levels, but they can also do this anonymously. In other words, it's an anonymous poster, or it could be done through a fake profile. This is cyber fraud. If they set up a false email to contact other people to do with your work, even family or friends, setting up a fake profile or a fake email, a fraudulent email, is cyber fraud. And cyber fraud is a whole new level, and that is within the realms of UK law and also in other countries. Cyber fraud is now being taken extremely seriously, to the point that businesses, companies, organisations, charities are being given talks on this all the time, on how to prevent it and the laws in place to protect them. But these also apply on an individual level, so you do not have to feel frightened or powerless if this happens to you. So hacking or using somebody's account, taking over their Facebook group, pretending to be them, speaking for them, all of this comes under cyber fraud. So, and that is punishable by law. And again, they can be removed from the internet for a year, up to 2 years. It carries custodial repercussions, so they can go to jail for it, and or fines. So this is serious, and you're not alone. So you don't have to put up with this. There are now new trolling laws which have recently come into place as well. There was a case recently where somebody went to prison it was a woman, for 5 years for trolling on public platforms. Somebody with the intent to destroy and harm, and this is on the internet, you can freely Google it. The new trolling laws, so you've got those. You can also be prosecuted under the Malicious Communications Act 1988 and the more recent Communications Act of 2003. So criminal offences have been added to the online safety bills to those who deliberately share threatening or harmful messages or posts. So I really apologise that today has been so serious, and this video is in no way, I've mentioned no names, and it's not about me. I just want you to know that I really empathise with the massive impact it can have on your mental health. It actually made me terrified to go on any platform, even if I could access it. I've been scared to go out and just go out to my nearest town, because my photo was posted everywhere. So was my autistic son's. I was scared. I honestly thought, this is so insightful. Will somebody thump me if I go out? So I understand. And all the kids who have been coming to me, all the parents writing to me at the moment, is prevalent. And I realised that the journey I was going through is just one of millions. Currently, the statistics are 42% of people 25 and under are going through or have recently gone through some form of cyberbullying. That's nearly half of you. So I needed to address this, not out of any sense of vindictiveness. I've not mentioned names, I've not mentioned the gender, I've not even mentioned where this person lives. What I want to do is impart the learnings and the knowledge that I have gained on this journey to share with you, because I don't want you to go through the weeks of torment and the weeks of agony that I have walked, not being able to live a normal life. I just feel it's my duty to share with you the very real things that you can do to make it stop, to hold those people accountable, and to get your life back, because nobody deserves to be shamed, damaged, humiliated, or made to have a fear-based existence because it's not a life through the cowardice that social media and fake profiles can cause. So stay safe, everybody. I am really glad that there's lots of talks at the moment going on in schools, places of employment and organisations about cyberbullying, but more does need to be done. And I am thankful for these horrible past weeks I've walked, because I've learned really practical stuff that I can now share with others, but also I'm in your shoes. I understand. And even though your journeys may be different from mine, what it boils down to is the same thing. So please check out my article later on Anna Kennedy Online. I will also add those links and information to this YouTube video to keep you safe. So stay safe, everybody. Stay happy. And I'm back. And next week I'll be a bit jollier and hopefully more back to my normal, unfiltered self. God forbid, take a deep breath. And I will be back with you weekly, and it's so nice to be back. And thank you for having me back and for taking the time to listen to this video. Take care, everybody. Have a blessed and beautiful week. Bye-bye.